2. I did the live stream about maybe 10 minutes ago, and I was wondering why it wasn't working. Well, it seemed as though I may have had comments turned off. So this is kind of a test, as I'm just trying to make sure I can make this live stream work, because on Thursday games, I'm hoping to be able to do this on a regular basis. Saturdays won't work so much, but I'd like to do a live stream pre-game on Thursdays, because I find myself coming to the arena earlier than I do on a Saturday. So I'm trying to figure out the live stream. So I'm just, this is kind of a test. If you want to interact and test things out, greatly appreciate it. I know we had maybe about a dozen or so on for the first live stream, and I think I may have had it on private, so only subscribers were allowed to attend my last live stream, but that's okay. I know we just passed 500 subscribers here on the channel, so I do appreciate all your support, and yeah, I want to open this up to even people who haven't subscribed to the channel. This is just a great way to be able to talk hockey and get ready for a game. This is going to be a solid game tonight between the Barrie Colts and the Brampton Steelheads, and it's going to be great. And if you haven't heard, the Barrie Colts, they did do a trade earlier this afternoon. They have sent Chris Grisolia to the Kitchener Rangers for a conditional 15th round pick. Now, the conditions, I'm not sure, but it will come down to the fact that if Chris Grisolia reports to Kitchener, then that pick may be upgraded. But as it stands right now, the Kitchener Rangers have the playing rights of Chris Grisolia. You'll remember before the season got underway, both Chris Grisolia and Ronik Jodwen were released by the Barrie Colts. Jodwen right now playing in the BCHL. He's actually signed an agreement with the Salmon Arm hockey team in the BCHL. So if you're wondering, where did Ronik Jodwen go? He's playing out west in the BCHL. And for Chris Grisolia, has an opportunity to play now with the Kitchener Rangers. And Chris Grisolia, a solid player. He's going to probably fit in quite well with that Kitchener Rangers team. A great centerman, great in the face-off dot. Mind you, Kitchener, of course, in a little bit of a rebuild, but they're still going to look to be competitive in the Western Conference. They're not going to be pushovers, and that's where Chris Grisolia's services will come in handy. And, of course, Grisolia will get some additional ice time playing for Kitchener. So I'm excited to see that Grisolia will have another chance in the Ontario Hockey League, while the Barrie Colts will get a draft pick for those services. Now, the big move today was between the Owen Sound Attack and the Oshawa Generals. The Attack sending Colby Barlow to the Generals for Tristan DeLille and David Bedkowski, along with 6 draft picks. I did a video earlier today recapping that trade, and really, it's going to work out for both teams. The Owen Sound Attack, they're in a rebuild. They still have one of the best goaltenders in the Ontario Hockey League with Carter George. However, Colby Barlow wanting to play for a contender, and he didn't report to Owen Sound Attack training camp. He went to the Winnipeg Jets, and then when he was released by the Jets, decided that he would still not report to Owen Sound. So that resulted in the trade. There were at least 5 teams that inquired about the services of Colby Barlow. I know that the Barrie Colts and the Brampton Steelheads were the other 2 teams, along with the Oshawa Generals. So the Generals package is what Dale DeGray favored, and Colby Barlow is going to join the Generals likely tomorrow night when they take on the Niagara Ice Dogs. And of course, the Barrie Colts, they're going to be in Oshawa Sunday evening for a 6 o'clock game. So the Barrie Colts, they're going to get their first look at the Colby Barlow Oshawa Generals. So that was the big move today. And of course, like I said, Grisolia, the other trade. But tonight, the big game for the Barrie Colts taking on this Brampton Steelheads team, who are 2-0 to start the regular season. The Brampton Steelheads shut out the Brantford Bulldogs 7-0 in their home opener, and then went on the road to defeat the Erie Otters 5-2. So 2 very tough opponents, and the Steelheads kind of made it look easy. You know, you've got Carson Rakoff, who they picked up from the Kitchener Rangers. He's fitting in quite well with Porter Martone and company. So this is going to be a team that's going to challenge for top spot in the East, but it's going to be interesting to see the battle between the Steelheads and the Generals, who have loaded up this early in the regular season. We usually don't see trades like these until the trade deadline, and usually at the trade deadline, that's when teams can trade their first round picks that they drafted in the 2024 draft. But teams electing to do the trades early, which gives them time to adapt to their systems. And I kind of like it that players are going to be with their teams for the entire season, although Colby Barlow, he'll likely go to the World Juniors, but you're going to have that chance for him to develop some chemistry with current teammates and learn the systems of the Oshawa Generals. But still, great move there. And now we just wait. Will the Barrie Colts look to add maybe a couple more pieces before the deadline? What about the Brantford Bulldogs? My big question, though, what are the Sudbury Wolves going to do? Because now all the focus, because we've got Rakoff been traded, Barlow's been traded, what happens now with Quentin Musty? I did the interview with Brian Cooper, the radio voice, earlier this week. We kind of touched on that. What direction do the Sudbury Wolves go? We kind of figure that they probably won't make a big move until closer to the OHL trade deadline, and then that's when they can recoup picks. Kind of like what we saw last season with the Peterborough Petes when they unloaded Owen Beck to the Saginaw Spirit, because then you can get the team's first round pick. That's the only time you can trade a 16-year-old player is at the OHL trade deadline. So time will tell. It's been a fascinating year already with these big moves. I can't remember a season where we've had this many big trades to start the season, and yeah, we're just getting started. This could be quite the battle in the Eastern Conference with Brampton, Oshawa, Barrie, and Brantford. It's going to be a lot of fun. And tonight, it's the first meeting of the regular season between the Barrie Colts and the Brampton Steelheads. These two teams will actually meet again next Saturday. So back-to-back weekends. We get to see the Colts versus the Steelheads. Don't have the official lineups as of yet, but Cole Bodwin and Bo Akey, both back in the lineup, or at least that's what we were told before today. Bodwin back from the Utah Hockey Club training camp, and Bo Akey, who missed most of last season due to shoulder surgery. He was at the Edmonton Oilers camp. They released him, and he's supposed to be healthy enough to go for tonight. I would expect Sam Hillebrandt to get the start for the Barrie Colts, and for Brampton, likely to be Jack Ivankovic, who played in both games last weekend. So that's how it's looking. I just wanted to do just a quick update because I kind of messed up the first live stream. I had it on private mode, so now it's on public, so everyone who's not even subscribed to this channel can tune in and have their say into what you expect from this hockey game. Do you expect a Colts victory? Do you expect a Steelheads victory? Does it go to overtime? I kind of hope we don't have overtime because I still have to work in the morning, but it'll be entertaining. It'll be a ton of fun. We do have Thomas West. He's going to be doing color commentary tonight alongside myself, as the puck drop will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have the broadcast on Rogers TV. This should be a good game. This is going to be a great measuring stick for the Barrie Colts as they slowly get healthy. Although, to note, Riley Patterson not in the lineup. He is suspended 2 games due to that slew foot that happened in the game Saturday against the North Bay Battalion. So the Colts getting a couple of reinforcements, but still missing players like Patterson and Jelsma. But a big test. We said that last weekend when they played the North Bay Battalion, that was going to be a big test, but this is an even bigger test for the Barrie Colts taking on the Brampton Steelheads. It's going to be a ton of fun. Like I said, puck drop is at 7. I'll have a recap video here on the channel just to talk about how the game went, who looked good, because really when you watch the highlight package on the OHL website, you don't get the full picture of the game. There's the game within the game, so I like to do the recap videos just to let you know what stood out, maybe if there was an injury or an event, a situation that happened. That's why I do the recap videos, and I'll have that post-game here at the Sadlon Arena. So my second live stream, I think, went a little bit better than the first one, but either way, thanks for those who tuned in, as now I got to get ready. I got to get my spot, write my notes, I got my notebook, and we are ready to go. Puck drop is at 7 on Rogers TV. We'll talk to you guys soon.